Hey there, Photo Universe. Okay, so been doing some testing here because that was the last video. We ordered 50 to 135, the Pentax version right there, and from B&H over the holiday because the prices were good. Which I'm kind of suspicious. I think if you call them up, you might get those prices all the time, but whatever. It's something I would look for in the future. So when they ship this lens in the box, right, they ship it with the lens hood on it, and the box was fine and the outer box was fine, but it must have been dropped pretty hard because the inside plastic right here, the real thin part, was cracked. And that's a 65, Pentax wants $65 for that lens hood. So I was wondering what to do, and I tested the lens, and this is a good copy of the lens. It has very little purple fringing, and actually I didn't see any at all, and I was trying actually to test that. I was shooting blue sky behind thin tree branches, nothing. So that's usually a sign. If these lenses are going to have problems, they're going to have purple fringing problems. This is a very sharp lens, and the focus is on, and it's great. So so nothing wrong with the lens, but the lens hood being cracked, I thought about what to do with it. I didn't really want to send the lens back to B&H because it's a good copy. I could tell in my tests. So I thought about it for a minute or two, and I called up Pentax, their professional services number, because I'm a member of Pentax Professional Services. And I talked to Joe over there at Pentax, and I said to him, "Hey Joe, I got a cracked lens hood, and I don't want to send the lens back because I like the lens. I was hoping I could just, you know, send this lens hood back to you and get a new one." And a company should want to do that, because why should they? If this lens goes back and B&H sends me another one, then this lens has to go back to Pentax. It clogs up the works for them, I would think. Why not just deal with the problem directly? And Joe said, sure, let me look around. He found one, and it's in the mail to me. So one phone call to Pentax, very polite, positive, friendly. I couldn't ask for more. And one phone call got the problem solved with a cracked $65 lens hood. Now, a lot of people might be saying, well, that's the way it ought to be. Well, I got news for you. After the summer that I just had buying, you know, I try to buy Made in America products, and a lot of those products have come in and just been like all jacked up. One company, who shall remain nameless, they make diesel performance products. They had the wrong parts in the kit, and so I called the guy up and he said, I'll send you the parts, and he overnighted me the parts, and he sent me the wrong parts again. And I called him up the next day, and he said, oh yeah, sorry, I'll send you the parts again. And he sent me like 4 or 5 overnight packages. And by the 5th time, I think I finally got all the parts, including a whole bunch of other parts that I didn't need, that he just said keep them. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I guess he tried to make it right, but geez, really? Couldn't you just do it right after the 3rd time? Okay. So, Pentax Professional Services, Joe over there, brilliant, thank you. I want to say thank you very much for that. What a company. I couldn't get that kind of service from Nikon or Canon. I mean, I don't think so. I could be wrong. I've never gotten that kind of service before from them. Never really had the opportunity to test that, but I'm impressed with Pentax. I think somebody Rico told them, like, you know, the customer comes for. I don't know. I'm not saying that they used to be bad. I'm just saying that was exactly the way I wanted that to be handled, and brilliant. They stepped up and did a great job. Okay, so having said all that, we're back to this guy, right? So this is an extremely sharp photograph that I am very pleased with. In the parts where I'm looking, I'm just like, yeah, the tonality and everything, I'm really impressed with that. But having said that, so there's been some comments about the SR, and maybe there's some issues with the SR on the K3, and so I wanted to really see, like, what's going on with that, because I kind of noticed the other day I had taken a shot where I'd left the SR on, and the shot wasn't as sharp as I would think it should be. So today I went out and I did some test shots with the 50 to 135 testing the SR. And just for kicks and giggles, I was testing the SR on the K3 and I was testing the SR on the K5-2S. And it turns out that basically what it turns out is that all the test shots on the K3, it didn't matter whether the SR was on or off. Now you would think that would be a good thing, except for the fact that all the test shots were equally bad. I wasn't expecting that. And when I say equally bad, it's like the K5-2S shots were sharper than the K3 shots, which I don't get that at all. Right now, okay, we have about 2.5 hours of daylight here. That's what it feels like. We have 10 minutes of daylight here at this time of year. So I got to wait until tomorrow because there's a lot more testing I want to do. Basically, I was just testing JPEGs, and I had the sharpening cranked up on the K3 because I thought, like, you know, maybe that's part of the issue. It's got conservative sharpening. That's not it. My first set of tests that I did between the two cameras, the K3 images looked like they were over sharpened. So I said, well, that's not working. So I got the settings straight on both cameras, and I went for, I don't know, I tried to get them as close as possible, but I definitely went with default sharpening. And the K5-2S images are sharper, the K3 images are blurry. I don't know what's up with that. So that's the JPEGs. I didn't test RAW, I didn't shoot the RAW. So tomorrow, when it gets light out again, I'm going to shoot RAW and see what's up with that. I have a feeling that RAW's okay because I think it may be the JPEG engine in the K3. Or something's off. I don't know. Maybe the anti-aliasing SR. I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. The K3 images should be sharper than the K5-2 images, K5-2S images. I'm not sure what the story is. So more testing, and that's where we're at right now. I don't know what's going on. I do know on a tripod, not handheld, the K3 is extremely sharp. I threw that print over there. I was very happy with that. I don't know why all of a sudden hand holding, like something went jiggery in there or something. I don't know what the deal is. Like I said, so, but I don't even know if something's wrong. But I'm not getting the results I thought I would get, and that's really surprising. So the jury's out, and that's the point of this video, is that there's testing going on, because there's something's not adding up here. So the shots at the beginning of this video are 100% crops from those tests that I ran, K5-2S, K3, and they'll be marked, and so there it is. You can't really tell much from them, but I can on 100% viewing on the screen and stuff. You can see it. The K5-3 shots are just not as sharp as the K5-2S shots. Same lens, same f4.5, 500th of a second handheld, and SR on or off didn't make any bit of difference, which it really shouldn't if it was working properly. So at 500th of a second. All right, that's it with Photo Universe. That's the latest. Stay tuned because something is up. I have a feeling it's a firmware thing. I have a feeling there might be a glitch in there. I don't know. You know what? That's complete guessing right now. Who knows what? I don't know if anything. I don't even know if anything's wrong. But something goofy is going on. That's where we're at with this. Okay, on a tripod, it was great. But hey, anytime we get a new camera, you gotta figure out what's going on with it, and that's where we're at. And so where am I? Okay, right now, if I was going out on my photographic expedition, I'd be shooting a K5-2S because I know I can count on this. Right now, I'm not sure what's going on over here. I would be testing this. I'd bring it with me for sure, and I'd probably shoot both and back up what I'm shooting on the K5-2S on the K3 with RAW, and it'll probably be fine. But until you get to, yeah, it's a typical pro thing. I mean, even if you get the same, back in the film days, even if you get the same camera that you've been shooting with, you don't trust it until you trust it, right? Until you know what it's going to do and you know it's going to perform. I mean, they used to come with, for any, they still do probably, for any important shoot, please test the camera before you use it. Yeah, exactly. And that's where we're at with the K3 right now. And it's going to be that way for a while, and that's no big deal. That's the way it is. All right, so that's Ed with Photo Universe, and I will pass along any information that I find. If I can come up with anything definitive here, I'm going to be doing some more testing on test RAW tomorrow. What I'm expecting with that is that the RAW is sharp. because that's what I've seen. I've gotten sharp raws. So I don't know. So we'll see. Like I said, right now I have no idea, but I just want to say, like, you know, maybe there is something going on after all. I mean, we'll see. Jury's out. So, all right, that's it with Photo Universe. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.